All right, everybody, welcome in. I am WCA3 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Lighty. It is 8:25 p.m. here, and we have severe thunderstorm warnings, and that has been issued here for Logan County. Pretty strong thunderstorm here, possibly 60-mile-per-hour winds with this as it is moving here to the north. Again, a severe thunderstorm warning. We can take a look at it here, coming right into kind of the Mount Pulaski area, Lake Fork, along Highway 54. And this is a very strong storm that is moving up here to the north, right through the heart of Logan County here, going to be headed towards Lincoln here before too long as well. This severe thunderstorm warning just issued a few moments ago, and you can see very strong storm. So there's the Lincoln National Weather Service Doppler radar. This thing's going to be coming right into that area where the Weather Service is. But right now, some really strong winds. Here's what we can do. We can pinpoint these winds by looking at the velocity. Take a look at these colors right here, okay? Between Lake Fork and Mount Pulaski, just south of that, this right here is the area of winds that we've got. And when we kind of take a look at this and ask, okay, what is the radar seeing with this? We've got the severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect, but we are getting some really strong winds in association with this here as well. So severe thunderstorm warnings here that we've got across parts of Logan County here. We are watching this carefully, and you're going to see this storm continue to kind of move up here to the north and east. Here is the area of winds, that kind of bluish color there, okay, the light blue turquoise color there, that's going to the north, and where we have, again, the potential for some really strong winds. I'm going to see here if we can, we've got meteorologist Jacob Dickey that is actually out there. I'm going to see if I can tap into his audio and his shot here. So bear with me here for a second as I pull him up. He is out there, and he's actually really close to where this storm is. He was driving right into that location. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and pop him up here and see if we can hear from Jacob, who is in that area. That is the view that he's got right now. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to plop him up here and see if he can talk to us. Jacob, I'm going to turn your audio on, and we're going to have you go ahead and talk.
Hey Kevin, I am in the storm tracker now in Mount Pulaski, and I'm just crossing into the downtown area now. We've had some sustained wind gusts here of 50 to 55 miles per hour. Still have power on in town. There's been some small little branches coming off the trees now, but the wind and the rain really driving hard here now. Looks like we're just by the school here in Mount Pulaski, the Mount Pulaski High School, and we'll be taking a ride around the corner to see the business district here. The wind is blowing from behind me to in front of me. I'm going parallel with the wind as I take this right turn here towards the downtown area from Mount Pulaski High School. You'll really see the wind blowing across here. Again, looks like we're having about 50 to 55 mile an hour gusts out here, sustained winds, probably somewhere around 40 or so. A lot of driving rain, a lot of wind, and definitely some leaves coming on down here. Nothing too significant yet, but still the core of the storm now just starting to arrive here in the Mount Pulaski area. Looks like we got a couple of sticks that are down here, but certainly we're going to watch closely here from downtown Mount Pulaski and check things out and keep an eye on things here. So we will have more for you from the storm tracker. I'm going to send it back to you in the studio, and Kevin, just text me again whenever you want me to talk, or I'll flash the camera and let you know, hey, I got something here or whatnot, and we can play that game through the rest of the evening here. Kevin, back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Jacob. Again, that is his view right now in Mount Pulaski, and I got to tell you, I mean, he's right there in the heart of where this storm is, and where it would be considered severe with those very strong winds that are moving through. So we're going to keep an eye on his view there in the storm tracker. For the time being, we'll come back here on camera and kind of show you. Again, that's Mount Pulaski. That's where he's located. That's exactly where those really strong winds are along Highway 54 there and 121. That's where the Weather Service was indicating some pretty strong indications of some wind with this. Let's kind of back things out again. I'm going to switch over to our reflectivity, and you can kind of see this storm. There's Broadwell, Lincoln up here, Mount Pulaski. Again, severe thunderstorm warning until 9 p.m. is basically what we're looking at here. And so what we're going to do is just kind of watch this entire area, just kind of keep an eye on this thing here as it continues north and east. And Jacob is out there, and we're going to keep checking back in with him to see if he has anything of note when it comes to any damage or anything. But we do have his camera that is up there right now. That's his view. Once again, you can see kind of the trees there blowing pretty good. Look at the rain bands that are coming across there as well. All of that's a pretty good indicator of some really strong winds. This thing comes right over the top of him. He's going to have a really good view of this. He's literally in the exact spot to be able to see this thing and kind of see how it is going to play out. So again, we are monitoring this carefully, and we've got him out there. He's in a relatively safe spot there, and so we're just going to kind of see what happens as this thing pretty much goes right over the top of him, and is going to be heading north there into Mount Pulaski, and eventually maybe up there east of Lincoln as well. Okay, so there's a look at the radar view. There's Mount Pulaski. I want to come back over to our velocity on this thing once again, and just kind of see if we can try to find it. And it looks like if I back this up, what I'm going to do, I'm going to back this up just a few frames here, and we're going to look at how this thing kind of evolved. And again, make note of this. Do you see this area here? Okay, that's where we definitely had some strong winds. Now watch this. That was at 8:18 p.m., so that was like 13, 14 minutes ago. You're going to notice that area kind of shrink a little bit. Okay, it's still there. Okay, there it is right there. A few frames later. Next few frames coming into Mount Pulaski. Pretty good right there. And as it gets up to Mount Pulaski, look at that last frame. We're just going to show you those last two. Okay, there it was. Pretty good little area. But notice that area of kind of bluish color kind of shrinks a little bit. So maybe some slight weakening actually as it went through Mount Pulaski. But there it is, coming right through there, going to be going along 121, probably east of the Weather Service office there in Lincoln, but possibly in this area here, a little bit of decrease in the strength briefly, okay? So it was a lot stronger when it was just south there, which is why, and when they issued that warning, because you can see that large complex of winds, that kind of centralized area there, but notice how it shrinks, and we'll play this through again. Boom, 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 and it gets a little bit smaller. It gets quite a bit smaller from what it was. Now again, this is getting closer to the radar site as well, so we have to take that into account. Now you're only talking about, where these winds are, 8 miles from the radar site. Okay, and so you're hitting a lot lower here, but that sometimes does give you a little bit better idea of what's going on at the surface in terms of wind speeds. So that's what we've got. Let's see if I can switch back over to Jacob's view there. He'll probably kind of hang around town there, see if he notices anything. You can see there a bunch of leaves down. Okay. No surprise there. He's probably going to drive through town, see if he sees any limbs or anything. Talk about firsthand reports right there, because, again, we've got him right there in Mount Pulaski, right exactly where that is. Talking about maybe some small sticks and leaves coming down there. But he's going to drive around, just kind of check out the area and let us know what he sees as that storm continues to go to the north through portions of Logan County right now. I'm going to be heading up towards Highway 10 before too long. As this thing kind of runs, again, this is the strongest part of it, heading up 121. There's the Weather Service, Highway 10, and that's where that's going to be going. Again, here's the good news. Let's kind of back things out, show you the wide view. I'll show you everything here, because some of you may be going, what about other locations? Well, there's not really a whole lot else out there, to be honest with you. We've got this little line of storms, and I'll put a loop on it since we haven't really done that yet. And you can see how this is kind of all moving to the north and to the east. Okay, so, down the line, you're going to get some rain in Clinton and in Bloomington and Decatur as well. Just coming into Decatur, some storms, but right now, nothing severe there, nothing severe up into Clinton right now, but the strongest storm, again, coming right into Lincoln as we speak. There it is on the radar right now. Looks like possibly some damage here. Let's go back to Jacob. Got Jacob shot here. Looks like maybe some tree limbs down. Let me, I'm going to have Jacob go ahead and talk here. All right, Jacob, go ahead and let us know what you've got there. Looks like some tree damage. Okay, we're connecting with Jacob here on the audio, so stand by here. All right, I guess we're having some audio difficulties there with Jacob, so we'll try to check back in with him in just a second. He is in Mount Pulaski, for those of you that are wondering. Literally, the storm just went through right now, and you can see he's got some tree limbs that are down in that area. We will try to get to him here in a second. Technology sometimes not always working out in our advantage here, but we have him there. Just went through Mount Pulaski. Lots of tree kind of leaves and some small limbs down. That's his view. Let's see if we can grab him. Okay, still nothing, but you can see he is driving through literally minutes after this storm just came through. So he is going to be first-hand reports. They're coming right in. So we're just going to watch his stream here, see if he comes across anything else. Then hopefully he can chime in here in a second when he gets contact. I think possibly lost a little bit of contact with him there through the cellular device, but we'll get back in with him here in a second. But you can kind of see what we're talking about in terms of the storm as it's literally moving through Lincoln here right now. And the severe thunderstorm warning continues until 9 p.m. Right now, that strongest part of the storm coming through Lincoln as we speak. Okay, so here's our storm right here. Moving north and east along I-55, we're going to see those storms continue to develop. Right now, gusty winds, 60-mile-an-hour winds possible. You're going to have some of those small tree limbs that could come down. We've already had that with this. All right, we'll try to check back in with Jacob and see if he can talk to us about what he is seeing in his area.
Hey Kevin, sorry about that. I'm in Mount Pulaski right now. We had some of those wind gusts come on through town, and I was just having some little signs of some minor tree damage in town here. Also a little bit of water ponding on the roadways here. I'm on 121 now, so let's see, it'd be the northeast side of town. A couple of branches down, they'd be 3 to 6 inches in diameter. That's not signs of significant wind, but it still is some damage here from the winds, probably close to 60 miles an hour. Little sticks, little tree limbs and stuff here too, but a number of 3 to 6 inch diameter branches that are down in town. Off to the north towards Lincoln, we're going to circle back through town. I'm going to try and show you one of those branches here. I saw a couple of branches on the side of the road and in people's yards. One of those storms where they'll have probably some cleanup in the morning, nothing too substantial, but enough to have a little bonfire for the weekend or for the Memorial Day. The fire department here, it doesn't look like there's any activity going on. All the trucks are parked away, which is good news, so it doesn't seem like there's anything too significant going on, but certainly still some of these branches have fallen, and that's about it here. Power's still on in Mount Pulaski, but there's enough of this wind and some of these reports that we're seeing here where we are getting some of that, some of those branches to come down. Just hit one right there actually in the storm tracker. So kind of cruising through town here. If you've got any reports as well, be sure and message those to us on Facebook. You can do that to WCIA3 News account, or even just to Kevin and I and Jack as well directly here. But right now I'm going by one of the schools here. I think it's the elementary school. You can see here in front of me a couple of branches in the side of the road and whatnot here. So nothing too substantial, but enough where we've got a little cleanup for tomorrow here in Mount Pulaski. That's my report from here in Mount Pulaski, Kevin. Kevin, you just kind of text me. What I think I'm going to do here is, I believe if I remember right, one of these spots was around the corner where one of these branches was down. And I'll try and get back to it. If not, I did tweet a photo of that. And so you can use that as well. But I think I'm going to try and head on to the east and just try and stay back ahead of these little cells that are swinging on through here with this last little line in the area. So we'll kind of play that by area, and you can let me know your thoughts as well here. But in the meantime, reporting in Mount Pulaski, I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Kevin, I'm going to send it back to you.
We're going to definitely be dealing with some of these winds here. Basically, south and west of the Atlanta area will have some of those winds coming in. Right here along I-55, it's this pink kind of color. That right there is where you've got maybe those 50 to sometimes 60 mile an hour gusts, but it does seem like it's weakened just a little bit from what it was just a tad bit earlier. Again, the storm did come pretty close to the Doppler radar there, but we're not seeing anything of too much significance with this, and they're probably going to not continue the warning any further to the north and east, but we'll watch it there. That's a look at the storm. Let's see, I got Jacob shot up here once again. Let me pull him up. And that's his view of that, that limb that was down. Again, that was in Mount Pulaski, or that is Mount Pulaski right now. 6-inch branches down across the area as that storm rolled through. And that's kind of what we're dealing with here, guys. Nothing too significant. Just the one warning that we've got. Nothing major, but definitely we just had some of that wind damage roll through Mount Pulaski as that storm kind of came across. So you can see there's Jacob out there taking a little video of the damage as it moved through. So that's what we've got here right now, guys. Other than that, there's not much, just some general thunderstorms. What's been interesting, too, there's not been a lot of lightning with this as well. There's been some, but compared to some other stronger storms, we've not had a ton of lightning strikes. There's a few there north of Lincoln, but you don't see anything else south and east. Look at this. There's maybe a couple strikes down here now, south of Decatur, Dalton City, little line of storms there, west of Bethany and Sullivan. Okay, and that's going to kind of lift off to the north and east. But otherwise, Effingham, you've got some rain down there, but nothing too strong. Stuff there on the north side, near Forsyth to Warrensburg of Macon County. And again, several of the lightning strikes that we do see are up here into Logan County and near Lincoln. Again, that whole area is going to continue to go to along I-55 where that little small area of winds is located. That's going to be, again, right here. Okay, Eminence. And then coming into Atlanta along I-55, we're basically kind of looking at this area right here for some of those stronger winds to come through. We'll have to watch that. Right now, they've not carried that warning further to the north and east, so that's some good news. Hopefully we won't be dealing with any other warnings. The other good news is we're not seeing any rotation with any of this, just some general thunderstorms that we are contending with here tonight, okay? So we're going to watch this for you. We're going to stay with you here at least through the end of our warning, unless it does get canceled early or expires. But northeastern Logan County and in Atlanta right now, you are seeing the brunt of our storm as it kind of comes into the area. Still some other little cells out ahead here we're going to watch. There's one there north of the Midland City area. You can see Tunbridge there as well. West of Clinton, along Highway 10, a few little cells coming into Maroa and Forsyth, Embry, into northern Macon County. But right now, still that strongest storm located here. So thanks to everybody tuning in here, watching the live streams. We are going to continue to deal with these storms here tonight. Now, the severe weather threat tonight is going to kind of fade away because we are going to lose the energy that these storms feed off of. We don't have the instability, and these storms need instability to form, get going, and we're just not going to see a whole lot of that. That happens when the sun sets at nighttime. So you're going to kind of lose that effect that you really need, one of the key ingredients. So that's one thing that's good. The severe weather threat will kind of come to an end, but I'm not going to be surprised if we get a little bit of activity as we head into the day tomorrow. I'll just pop up here the future track. So here's a look at some of these showers as they come through tonight. You can see it's got that little line that comes through. Scattered showers here coming to an end, probably a little bit after midnight. And then we get tomorrow, and look how additional storms try to fire. This stuff in the morning, nothing severe there, but a few showers. And then we're going to watch this area again kind of do this all over again with another little line in the late afternoon and early evening hours, okay, with thunderstorms there. And we'll see. Maybe a severe storm in there. Can't rule one out, but probably will be pretty isolated in nature. And then just kind of a pesky, cooler rain that's going to be out there as well. So again, the severe weather threat for tonight, really, just as this initial line comes through over the next hour, then a break, more showers in the morning, and then we'll watch tomorrow afternoon in that 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m., 6 p.m. time frame for maybe a strong storm. So that's kind of how we are going to be assessing things and watching things here over the next couple of days. Again, back to the radar view once again. Here is our storm that is coming out of Atlanta. Looks like it's kind of moving out of Logan County here. Let's see here. And yeah, so far no immediate extension of severe into McLean County right now. And I would concur with that, not seeing the same kind of winds there. There could be some gusts, some 50-mile-an-hour gusts coming into McLean. And we can view that by taking a look at our velocity again. Let's switch over to it, and then we'll zoom in. And you're basically looking at, this area right here. That's where McLean is. Old Route 66, northeast of Atlanta. So the storm going to be kind of riding along old Route 66. And then heading there, crossing over 136. But these are your strongest winds in this pink-colored area. Mount Hope to Funk's Grove, and again, as I mentioned, that thing going to just kind of hang right there along I-55. That's the strongest storm that we have, and with the Weather Service not continuing any further northeasterly movement on this, for as far as a warning goes, that's probably going to be the end of it, unless it would strengthen, which as of right now, we're probably just below that criteria to get anything. So that's what we've got here as of right now, guys. The warning going to expire here in about 8 minutes or so. And again, you may get some rain in Champaign. You may get some rain in Dayton. Anywhere out there, you may get this line is going to come through. But the severe weather threat will be very minimal because we're losing the instability on the fuel that these storms need to feed off of. So we're probably going to be done with that here pretty soon. Let's see here. So Jacob probably heading back, or maybe trying to get back ahead of that storm. Again, they're in the storm tracker, leaving Mount Pulaski there after a few of those limbs did come down. But that's going to be about it here, guys. I think we're probably going to be wrapping things up here just momentarily. That's his view. We'll continue to watch it. For right now, we're going to take things back on over to the storm tracker Doppler radar. And let you take a look at that. And if we get any other warnings or anything, or if this thing kind of flares up anymore, I'll jump back on and talk to you guys and let you know. For now, we're going to take a little break and get ready for our 9 o'clock newscast coming up here in a few minutes.